Hello and happy Monday. I'm just making sure everything is loading okay on my end. And we are a go. Okay, fantastic. Happy Monday, moms, ladies. I hope you are doing well. If you're coming in live with me right now, just say hello so I know you're watching with me live. And if you're watching on replay, hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about fatigue and exhaustion and what to do when you have zero energy because the struggle is real. This is a huge um, barrier, I think, for a lot of moms, and one of the reasons that I wanted to start coaching with moms who are raising kids with special needs because I think it's an even bigger issue for us. And so, if this is you, if you are wanting right now to improve your health and get things into gear and are struggling, I will use the word suffering, not lightly, but suffering from low energy. I'm tired all the time and I just can't get motivated and get things into gear. Stay tuned because for the next few minutes, I'm going to chat with you about this. And this is hard stuff. And I want you to know that this is something that can improve. This is my story as well, which I've shared pretty openly. And if you're new in my world, if you're new in this group, welcome. My name is Megan. I know we've had a lot of new moms joining in. And I am a personal story of this very struggle. When my son was born and had a lot of medical issues and all of that, I was thrust headfirst into overwhelm, exhaustion. I mean, extreme exhaustion, and I had to dig in deep and do the work to figure this out for me. And I'm still continually working on this, work in progress, but this is what I do. I work with moms who suffer from low energy and need to lose weight and need to do it when you have just very little time to devote to this. So I'm excited to talk to you about this. So if you're anything like me, like when I struggle with low energy, most of us, one of the first things that we turn to is like, how can I quick fix this? And so it's things like caffeine. Maybe you drink coffee, maybe you drink tea, maybe you drink sodas, and you're like, okay, I'm just so tired, but I've got to get this stuff done. I'm just going to drink some caffeine. And then, one cup turns into two, three, four, six. I've talked to some moms that drink up to like 8 coffees a day just to try to like be able to get the stuff that they need to done. And it's, that can fix things in the short term, but after a little while, that stops being just as effective. And for some moms, it's sugar, right? I'm going to get that quick sugar rush because that just makes me feel better for a little bit and I can get a few things done. But it's not sustainable, right? And so we know we're tired. We're trying to jam all this stuff in, and it's almost like you're trying to just willpower your way through this, and it's super hard and it's frustrating. And maybe you've even tried cleaning up your eating, and maybe you've tried, doing things like supplementing and getting extra nutrition into your body, and that may not even help all the way because there's lots of different layers that go into this, and it just can get really frustrating when you feel like you're trying so hard and you really want to fix and change this and you're still tired and you still don't have energy, and it can feel like I just want to give up. But there is hope, right? I want you to know that there is hope. You don't have to just willpower it through, but there are certain things, sometimes several different boxes that we need to tick to check and see what's going on within ourselves, because sometimes it's not as simple as just eating better, and it's not just as simple as getting more sleep. There's a lot of layers here that in just a second I'm going to help you navigate through some of those big ones. And so for me, like, not only has this been my personal journey, but I help moms with this. And I have seen this come to play in my own life. And even just this last week, I hit another wall where I was just like, I am so tired. And I had to personally go back through and tick these boxes just over the last several days and kind of get grounded in what's going on. And so this works. What I'm going to share with you, this really truly works. And for the majority of moms, when you get all of these things in alignment and kind of check off these boxes, you will start to see and feel better almost immediately. So, but it really does help to have a plan. You know, when you're trying to figure this stuff out on your own, it gets so discouraging. You just end up feeling like you're giving up. So I'm gonna give you this action plan. So you have got some really practical takeaways for today. Okay, so let's jump right in. So the first and most obvious is sleep. Are you sleeping? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting good quality sleep? Are you getting interrupted sleep? This is one of the most important things to start with, and I think one of the hardest ones for us moms when, sometimes we're go, go, go throughout the day, and then the evening comes, and I can't tell you how many times I talk to people that are just like, I keep staying up later and later because that's the only time maybe that I have me time, or I just want to relax, and that's the time where I get to feel human like me because I'm not doing all this stuff. And I know that's difficult, but first box to tick is, are you getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep consistently? And for me, what this looked like just recently is, I was getting like the 6 to 7 hours of sleep, and I was convincing myself that this was enough because I was like right there on the edge. And maybe I would have one night where I'd stay up late, but then I would get 7 hours the next day, and I was like, I should just be fine now, right? And I convinced myself that that should be enough for me, and in reality, it wasn't. And so the other day, I went to bed like at 7 o'clock. I put my kids to bed. I was like, bye, I'm going to sleep. And I slept 11 hours that night. And so that was just a sign for me that I had been accumulating this exhaustion from just not getting enough sleep. So check in on that and be honest with yourself. 7 to 9 hours is that window every night where we will be able to heal, we will be able to have enough energy. The second thing to consider is, how much stress are you under right now? We go through different seasons, especially as moms who are raising kids who have extra needs. We go through some hard seasons. Um, Recently, it's been back to school, and I've talked to so many moms, teachers, or just parents that are going through this big transition of new schedules and new teachers and trying to get their kids the support that they need. This takes from your energy. If you imagine that every day you have a cup full of energy that you can pour out to different things, and your normal day may take a certain amount of energy, well, you pour an extra bunch of that energy out anytime you are going through something stressful. And so expecting yourself to just be able to function and feel the same while you are pouring out all this extra energy is just an unrealistic expectation of yourself. And so, again, this is very personal to me right now. We just went through a lawsuit with my son's school to try to get him what he is entitled to, the resources and the support that he needs there. And I went into this very well supported. I had a fantastic lawyer. I had a game plan. It was fine. And I went into this so naive. I didn't realize how much emotional energy I was going to have to pour into this. And I've come out of that over these last couple weeks just totally depleted. And so, what needed to happen for me was some anti stress things, like just taking time to do stuff that's fun, stepping back some from responsibilities that I had the opportunity to just say no to, getting out and having fun, scheduling fun, going on a date with my husband. Like, we got a babysitter, we had some time just to hang out, and it really goes a long way when you are in those high stress times just to look after yourself emotionally. You will find that that fatigue, that exhaustion will start to heal. All right. Number three, this is a big one, is nutrition and hydration. What are you putting into your body to nourish your body? Because a lot of the time, fatigue and exhaustion, these are signs that there is um, a deficiency in you. It might be water. It might be as simple as being dehydrated, like that brain fog, huge, huge sign that you're just thirsty. Your body doesn't have enough water. Nutrition is another big one. If you're not getting that recommended 5 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables, you're probably dealing with some nutrition deficiencies. And so, I one of the very first things that I did when I was on this journey is I found a really amazing whole food plant supplement that I could take to make sure, even when I didn't have time to make meals and I had to eat pizza, 3 nights a week because that's all that I had time for, I was at least flooding my body with some good nutrition. And then exercise and movement. This is the fourth one that I always check in with people on when you're exhausted. Are you moving your body? Are you getting your blood flow moving by going out for a walk, doing some exercise, getting your heart rate up? What all of that does, it's not only about burning calories and weight loss. So often we just think about exercise in that way, but what it does is it pushes blood and it floods your brain with blood and oxygen and activates your brain. And so a lot of the time, our fatigue and exhaustion will sort of be jump started. We'll jump start out of that. That's the way to say that. Just by getting moving. And it does not take a lot of time. The moms that work with me in my programs, we do 20 minutes of movement every day. And that is that magic number where it's going to like supercharge your energy, your concentration, your mood. And so getting out 20 minutes a day. And then finally, getting outside. And I don't want to, this is last, but it's definitely not least. We really take for granted how much we are impacted as humans, as living organisms, from sunlight and fresh air. And vitamin D is a very real need in your body. This is not optional. And so we can supplement with vitamin D, which I definitely encourage you to do if you know that you're not able to get outside often. But taking breaks throughout the day, can you just get out and get into the sunshine a little bit? Um, Being outdoors is amazingly beneficial for your energy and just your vitality. Even the sunlight, it does a lot of things for our eyes and our brain. In like our sleep rhythms and all of that. And so just being outside, looking at the trees, enjoying nature can refresh you in some amazing ways. I'm very jealous of you guys that live near mountains and can go out and do things like hike. I love that. But even going to the water, if there's a lake or a river that's near you, there's a lot of good research on looking at the reflection of light off of the water, and something about that light movement through our eyes into our brain is amazingly restorative. So these are the 5 big areas that I talk with moms about in our kind of our starting point, our checklist, so to say, of what actions you might need to start with. And so as you're listening to this, I'm curious if there was one of those where you had like this aha moment, like, shoot, I didn't think about that. There was the sleep, there was the stress, there was the nutrition and hydration, the movement, and then getting outside. And so, whether you're watching this live or on replay, I encourage you to think about that and even just pop a comment here. Let me know if there's one of those that stood out to you that you might be interested in starting with. And here's what I want you to do: not only leave me a comment, but having a coach and having somebody to help talk through some of this with you is so valuable. And this is what I do. I have programs that are designed to help moms tackle these different things. And I love, love, love supporting other moms in this, because my light and my joy is when you feel well, you are thriving as a mom, and I know that it's possible, and I would love to support you with that. So one of the things that I offer for those of you who are new in my world, who haven't seen anything about this, is a free call. It is called the Healthy Mom Breakthrough Call. And so if this is you, if you are suffering with fatigue, exhaustion, struggling to get motivated, you know that you are not showing up as your best self as a mom, and you're ready to start looking at ways to fix this and up level your health, this call is for you. This is totally free. It's about 45 minutes. I'm just popping a link in here in the comments. And what we do in these 45 minutes is you and I are going to get on the phone, and we're going to talk. I'm going to ask you some questions about what's going on. And my number one goal here is to help you get some clarity. Because so often when we're trapped in our own mind and we're feeling tired and all of this is just jumbling around in our head, it can be incredibly frustrating and it can be hard to um, get clear on what it is that we need to do next to better our health. And so this is where I start with everybody. We're going to get you some clarity. We're going to figure out what needs to change first for you because you cannot change all five things that I just mentioned at once. And so we're going to get clear on that. And then if it looks like I have a program that would support you, I will offer that to you. If not, I will at least advise you in what are some practical applications that you can start with and support you in that way. So, you guys, I'm here for you this week. I hope you have a fabulous week. Click that link if you are ready to chat and ready to get some support for your health. I am here for you, and I hope that you will remember that you have to put your oxygen mask on first as a mom. You have needs, they are very real needs. You do not have to suffer through motherhood. You can thrive, and I would love to help you achieve that. All right, you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.